Good morning. I'm Courtney Bjorlin. I'm one of the editors on asugnews.com. We're coming to you live from the show floor at the ASUG SAP Business Objects User Conference in Anaheim, California. It's our last day of the conference here, but just down the hall, another great conference is pretty much just kicking off. It's the second day for the SAP Business One Summit, which is co-located with this conference this year. We've had a few Business One customers in the studio over the last couple of days, and I'm thrilled to be joined by a longtime SAP professional and an SAP Business One customer from Dolphin. Mark Meaders is here, and we're going to talk a little bit about Dolphin's Business One implementation, some of their plans for the coming year, and some of what Mark is looking forward to learning at the conference. Thanks for joining us today, Mark.
A pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit about what you do at Dolphin.
Well, interesting. I'm kind of the jack of all trades. I started out helping out in the sales and customer support organization. I've gradually moved into doing the organizational development work, training. Again, customer support has become bigger and bigger as we've moved on. I have my hand in the Business One infrastructure environment. I actually run one of the consulting teams that makes up quite a bit of our business. So jack of all trades, and probably a master of very few. Okay, none.
So what does a jack of all trades look forward to learning at a conference like the Business One Summit this week?
Probably just like everyone else. I and we are trying to learn what we can do to make our business more efficient, more effective, to give our customers, my customers are our employees, so give Dolphins a better tool so they can get their job done better, they can do it quicker, faster, easier, also so we can get some reporting, get the reports improved. Just a better experience, a more productive experience.
That's great. And Dolphin's a little bit of a different type of Business One customer because it's a very heavy SAP consultancy. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Certainly. Dolphin is an SAP partner, but we're a partner in that SAP enterprise space. So for some, they call it R3, the ECC world, BW, CRM, and we really focus on helping our customers improve their business performance. And to give you an idea, a third of the Fortune 500 companies that use SAP use Dolphin. Mm-hmm. So our customers are the large players in the environment, which is different than the Business One world, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah. So we do solutions that are made up of services and software in areas like information lifecycle management and data archiving and business process improvement, accounts payable, receivable, those sorts of things.
So it makes sense that Dolphin would choose an SAP ERP product to run its business. But tell us a little bit about Business One and your implementation. How long has it been running there?
Sure. Absolutely. August of 2008 is when we started, and we actually did it backwards. We should have started with the financials. We started with the CRM component and followed it about 6 months later with the financials. We were migrating from QuickBooks, which worked kind of, mostly, a little bit, and really have hit some pretty good strides using Business One in getting our business processes taken care of, from sales operations or opportunities to quotations, orders, purchase orders, invoicing, billing, and payments. So it's a kind of a top-to-bottom kind of approach, a soup-to-nuts approach, if you will. Because we're a software shop, though, we don't have a production requirement. So we don't do manufacturing, we don't do production, we don't have tangible goods that we have to care and feed for. Our products are either services or intangible software.
So you've been using the software for give or take 6 years now. What's some of the advice that you'd lend to other customers? You're sort of a veteran.
I think a couple of pieces of advice. One most importantly is have a good plan as to where you think you want to be and then adjust. Because you think you want to go there, and as you're getting down the path, you realize maybe that wasn't quite the goal. we need to adjust left or right, try to look at the impact that it will be on your business. What are the changes that are going to be occur to your organization, and not just the changes that Business One is going to present, but also what's going to happen to you as a company.
Right.
Our growth has been such that what we thought would happen 5 years ago is significantly different than what it is today. We've over doubled in size. So that has had a huge impact on the way we think about things. It used to be everyone was a jack of all trades, and now we're starting to coalesce it down into, we really need somebody to be looking at maintenance, or this group of people are dealing strictly with invoicing or helping out with sales support and getting quotations and sales opportunities built and managed. So having that path, but being able to flexibly adjust to the changing path is really, really important.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
And it leads well into my next question, which would be, what are the positives that you've achieved from staying on those courses and really, you've discussed scaling the software to meet the needs of the company. What have been some of the positives that you've seen from the implementation?
Ask me in 5 years. No. there are, believe it or not, there's one of the big positives for us is we're an installation customer at ASUG. We're an SAP customer. Mm-hmm. Granted, it's not the same level that you would find with a Coca-Cola or another large company, but it's significant. It kind of changes the algebra quite a bit. So that's one for us. It has given us a platform and a direction, because with the QuickBooks that we used to use, you could do a lot of things. You could break a lot of generally accepted accounting principles. You could change invoices after they've gone. So it gave us that discipline to stay within the right lanes, to stay within those accounting principles. And that's really important as you continue to grow.
That's interesting, because I had another customer in here yesterday, Virtual Graffiti, mm-hmm. and he was saying, Hillel, the CEO of that company, was saying that they tailored changed a lot of their business processes to actually just mirror those that were in the system. And I imagine that happens with a lot of the smaller.
It happens with a lot of the smaller companies, but honestly, I've been in the SAP R3 ECC world for 15 years. So I've watched implementations occur with big multi-billion-dollar companies that have had the same kinds of discussions. We need to change our business process because what we were doing before was not gap viable.
Right. Right.
So those kinds of changes have been important for us, have been really good for us.
That's
certainly.
Great.
Yeah.
What are you looking for out of the software in terms of enhancements?
Well, I think part of what we're doing here at this meeting, and actually the last 3 meetings of the Business One community, is we're looking for what the Business One world is, where it's going.
Okay.
What's the roadmap? So one of the things that we've found that's really kind of exciting for us is to see that a true workflow component has been added to the 9.0 version. That's really kind of cool for us. The other area that we're looking at is the mobility improvements, the mobility enhancements. I really want to put a tablet in the hands of a salesperson and say, go. Create those opportunities, update them on the fly. I want those quotes to be dead on. I want to do some better things with pricing. The pricing models are always interesting. It's not a bolt and a nut. Yeah. It's software. So it's
you're not in the grocery store picking out.
Right, exactly. So it's a different kind of business model as opposed to a standard retail type of model. So for us, that's been a challenge. It's been wonderful, but it's a challenge, and that's an area that we're looking at right now. Is we've got to improve some of those standards. And
so some of that more dynamic pricing capability is coming into the 9.0 set, you think?
I'm not sure. Okay. That's what we're here to find out.
Great.
Is it coming in? I think it is. I've read some of the things. Frankly, I've been more focused on the workflow components and the mobility aspects because I can do all the pricing I want if I don't have the mobility.
Right. So it doesn't make a difference.
Right. So that's kind of our version 2 of where we want to go. The version 1 is, hey, let's get some of this workflow going and let's get this mobility stuff implemented and deployed.
So the big IT projects coming up for this year, mobile, would you say?
Mobile is probably right up there. The others, actually, we're looking at moving from a organic in-house server environment to a cloud-based environment or a hosted environment.
Oh, very
That's yet-
interesting.
We have something on the order of 60 to 70 servers, virtual servers, of course, and a lot of those don't need to be running in our hardware environment. Let's offboard some of that. It just makes our environment, so that's really a true focus of our IT infrastructure. But and again, the mobility part of this is also pretty important to us.
Very interesting. Well, you have not a very exciting year coming up. It doesn't
No,
sound
not at
like
all.
not a lot of projects on the queue.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, thank you so much. That was a great conversation. We're lucky to have the Business One Summit and Business One as part of the ASUG community now. We're
Yes.
really happy about that.
It's super.
Thanks for watching our coverage of the ASUG SAP Business Objects User Conference and the Business One Summit. We have a few more interviews lined up for today, so please stay tuned. Thanks for watching.